Hi, good afternoon, everyone. First of all, thank you very much, 3i and Aditya Birla Group for having me here. It's a pleasure. Uh, I've got only 8 minutes, so I'm told I'll be dragged out of the stage if I don't complete in 8 minutes, so I'm going to be super fast. But I want to cover a huge amount of content in 8 minutes, which means it's really a tough job. So without further ado, I hope I have my presentation here. Okay, let me set the context first. Imagine yourself to be in charge of an analytics unit of a very large company. It's been there since the 80s and having a lot of legacy software, multiple ERP systems, multiple point of sale systems, growing organically, inorganically, right? And you have a large number of people who are used to working on spreadsheets, etc., right? And a centralized data platform just exists along with a BI tool. Now, this is the scenario that you are in, and now the challenge is to set up a very modern data platform and analytics platform along with the capabilities to run and deliver value, because at the end of it, you will be asked to prove your own existence, or justify your own existence. Right? So on the one hand, you have to build a very large a modern data platform and capability. At the same time, you'll have to quickly show how it can add value to your business. So that was the challenge. So what I'm going to talk about is basically on how we went about building this capability, the data and analytics capability, and how we were able to show some values, business value. So capability is basically, from my own experience, it's about the 4 Ps. It could be 5 or 6, but I've just limited myself to 4. The platform, people, process, and the project management, right? Why it's important? It's important because when you talk about all this stuff that are happening these days, Gen AI, ML, you would want to leverage that to the best extent possible, show the return on investment, right? And then prove that you have added value to the business. How does that happen? That happens when you are able to have a very strong platform on which you can deliver solutions at scale. So platform obviously is important. People, the core team that drives the analytics and ML in your company should be your own people, set of employees who can drive these initiatives, and then processes. Basically, how do you go about setting up this platform process, and how do you identify your team? How do you coach, nurture team? How do you grow your team? All that. I'm just going to talk about all of these. Project management is very important because I think somebody mentioned in an earlier talk that it's important to have all the executions right? So it's all about execution. You have the strategy, you have your technology, etc. But at the end of the day, what matters is how you execute. So very critical. Leadership plays an important role there. So I'm just quickly going to cover 4 Ps in 8 minutes. Okay, coming to the platform. So how did we go about selecting a platform that is future ready, etc.? So very important for us to do a lot of homework upfront, right? Sorry, I think, yeah. Future ready, best of warehouse and lake, very important because most of the companies, as you know, would be accustomed to the BI set of tools. And BI works very well on data warehouse. So you don't want to let go of that, right? You want to make sure that your BI capabilities, your Excel sheet capabilities are supported. So warehouse plays a very important role, but at the same time, you also want to have the best of data lake capabilities. So you integrate all these capabilities in one platform, right? Your data integration, unification of batch and streaming, all these are very, very important. So when you do the architecture work for your platform, It should be very comprehensive. You take as much time as you would like, consult all the experts, industry experts, your peers, others in the industry, and then get your architecture right. Very, very critical to get this exercise done. Once you have done that, you have identified your architecture, then you start building them in pieces, bits and pieces. Get the core of your platform ready first. Once you've got the core, then start thinking about other things. For example, let's say you want to have your basic reports up and running first, right? Make sure that your platform core can support these requirements. So immediately you get some traction with the business team, right? And then you can go and talk about advanced analytics, etc. So this is one of the things that we did, and fortunately we were able to build that trust with the business that the team is capable of delivering a new modern data platform, right? We would ideally want to be in a situation where you focus more on delivering business value, not so much on your managing the platform, etc. So you got to be spending less time on that. People, of course, you need to have a core team of FTEs who are architects, senior engineers, project managers. They should be your employees and your core team. Make sure that you build a very strong team, take time, screen, get people from all the best institutions, etc. But build the core team yourself. And then you work with partners, COEs, OEMs. Very important to establish this partnership. Train, retrain, cross-train, but get the core team before you get running. I think this is very important. Process, what we found out was the way it works is don't try to boil the ocean. Start with small POCs, show the business value, come back, and then take up the next assignment. So there has to be a constant experimentation mode, fail fast, learn from failing. So this process has to be built, custom built for your own organization. And this is, again, very critical. Project management, of course, is very important. Like I said, scoping, clarity on what you want to have. Imagine what would a day in the life of your business team would look like at the end of, of implementation of a particular use case or your platform, right? How it's going to simplify their tasks. So you'll have to show that to them. You'll have to literally, do them a scenario or show them a scenario where people can actually visualize that how it's going to benefit, right? So, and for this, you need to have a very tight execution engine, which is your project management, breaking down it into phases, scoping, etc. Right? So I've just tried to cover all these points here in the 4 Ps. I just mentioned all these, right? A, B, and C. Plan A, Plan B, C. Because when you are building a new platform, you will face challenges. You will hit across a lot of roadblocks. You will need to have an alternate plan. I'll give just one example and I'll close. So we had to build a simple thing, a change data capture engine, right? And that's very important for us. We were offered a lot of solutions, but none of it worked. So ultimately, we built our own CDC engine. We were ready to build that. We were ready with plan B. So we were able to quickly operationalize that and get things running. So have plan A, B, and C, very important. So I think that's it. My time is also up. I hope I've been able to cover most of what I wanted to cover in a very short period of time. Any questions, you can please approach me. But this was one of my best experiences. I was literally on the ground doing things myself. So all of this comes from my and my team's experience. Thank you very much.